Hey there, YouTubers. Right, so viewer request to see if this Cooler Master Hyper 212 would fit on an AsRock B460m ITX AC motherboard, which we have here. Now, I've kind of taken some liberties in this video to speed it up a little, but we already put the mounting plate in underneath the rubber spacers or plastic spacers, and then the fasteners. So there's basically 4 nuts on the other side of this. I've got this laid out ready to go in. We've got to put some thermal paste on here. I'll do that now, and then we will orient it so that the heatsink is running this way lengthwise, right? So that's how it's going to get set up. So let me put some thermal paste on. Alright, so thermal paste is on. We'll just drop this in. And this is where it's going to get fun. So I'm going to basically line this up so it's centered. And then we will try and get our fasteners located. We'll want to make sure, obviously, that this bracket is seated correctly inside the Cooler Master. So I won't be able to really film that because I'll need both hands, but that's the goal, right? There's a protrusion that comes out of the bottom of this guy that's got to fit into this bracket here with the fasteners on it. And right now I can tell you it's not in there. So we've got to get that in location. We've got to square up our Cooler Master, and then get out the Phillips head screwdriver and see if it actually will fit on there correctly. Alright, so I actually have it seated. You can kind of tell when it's seated because this thing doesn't really want to move around on you. And so now we can go ahead and tighten it down. Alright, so we're taking turns basically working our way around this and getting it fastened in. Alright, so you can see we're squared up good. You can also, if you look real close, you can tell it's seated on there correctly. When it's not, you'll see a gap between this plate and the that piece of aluminum block there that it's sitting on. Let's get the CPU fan out. So, one of the real questions is why someone would want to put this on here. But that's not really for me to answer, right? That's for their own personal choices in life. And it looks like it will fit on there. Depending on what kind of RAM you have, you may have to slide this up higher on here. And in my opinion, you want this CPU fan to be hopefully sitting as low as it possibly can. If you ever notice the temps on these are the hotter ones than what's up here. So if you can cool down here, you're better off. And honestly, I almost wonder if being able to cool the pipes down wouldn't help as well. So let's go ahead and attach this guy. And I'm just realizing RAM wise I need to switch out my RAM. Doesn't look like I have the same set of 2666 megahertz RAM, but we'll get that figured out. So it should be, this one is the CPU fan, and this one is either an optional additional one or it's a case one. So we'll go ahead and plug that in. If I can get my fingers in there. And then we'll do something with this cable. But yeah, folks, it looks like it works. Now, where the issue is right here. Will we be able to connect our CPU power connector here? Potentially you might have to do some grinding on this. Take this off, grind that corner off, because it's really you don't need all of that, right? So we could get rid of some material. I would not do it while it's sitting on here, but let me just see if I can get the CPU power connector connected. All right, so we did get it in there. It was a bit of a fight, and it kind of came in at an angle. Like I said, probably not a bad idea to take a grinder to that and take out that corner, make it easier to put that in. But you know, it fits, it'll work, I have no doubt about that. We had clearance on the RAM, and you know, considering with this motherboard you're not going to be putting in any RAM that's, well, you go 2933 on an i7 or i9, right? But you know, most of you are probably going to be using 2666, which, you know, if you use this style. So yeah, if you use this style, you've got you know, clearance, like I said. So hey, thanks for checking out the video. I hope that you got something out of it. We've done quite a few videos with this here CPU cooler, and at least for LGA 1200. Alright folks, so here it is getting fired up for the first time, and boom. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.